All right, the Lebanese army has fired M16s into the air overnight, aiming at multiple Israeli drones that allegedly flew into their airspace. This comes on the heels of 2 other drone attacks by Israel, one of which caused an explosion in downtown Beirut less than 48 hours ago. Initial reports said it was a bomb blast from the drone. Newer reports believe the drone may have crashed into the office building. Lebanon has filed complaints to the UN to no avail thus far. So joining us to break it all down, our panel today, we have former Pentagon official Mike Maloof and former U.S. diplomat Jim Jatras. All right, gentlemen, thanks for being here. Feel free to chime in at any point if you have a strong opinion, which I'm sure you both do.
Nah,
Imagine that.
not here.
Otherwise, I'll start with Mike. We just discussed the downing of these drones yesterday, and now this. Lebanon doesn't have an air defense system. How can they secure their country from their closest neighbor?
Well, to secure against drones, period, is very, very difficult, almost impossible. And that's going to be the wave of the future, is drone warfare along with proxies. And they've been very effective in their use in the past. They were shooting up at them, but the drones flew back into Israel, which is my information. So I think we're going to be seeing that more and more. They don't. You got to be careful of what kind of response you want, and this is what Nasrallah of Hezbollah now is talking about. I'm hearing rumors on the street here that he's talking within 72 hours that he might do something, but I question that.
But there might be action this weekend.
There could be, but I tend to doubt it because he doesn't want to precipitate what occurred or have a repeat of what occurred in 2006.
Remind us.
What happened in 2006, Hezbollah captured, kidnapped 2 Israelis, killed one of them, I believe, and the next thing you know, Israelis just came over the border and attacked Lebanon in the 34-day war in August of 2006.
August, that's the key month. Now, Jim, Lebanon has reached out to the UN. Why isn't the international community doing anything about this?
You got to be kidding. I mean, no, I mean...
And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords, and King of kings. And they that are with him are called, and chosen, and faithful. And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
No, I mean, obviously there's no consensus. Look, the key body would be the Security Council, and obviously there would be no consensus in the Security Council, which means the UN could do nothing. Look, I mean, I think there are a number of things we need to note here. What's really behind this is Netanyahu's re-election campaign. This guy wants to stay out of jail. He doesn't want to lose the election next month. So he's showing how hairy-chested he is and firing almost everybody out there. Maybe they will simply absorb this response and realize this is electioneering, but there are very ominous things here. For example, he didn't just strike Lebanon. He struck Syria and also Iraq. And he struck Iraq from the U.S. and Kurdish-controlled area of Syria, which means there are Israelis operating there, which also paints a target on U.S. forces in case there's some kind of response. And maybe Mr. Netanyahu doesn't care, but what's more disturbing is apparently American officials don't care because they're giving him a 110% blank check to do whatever he wants.
Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel, and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. The king of Babylon hath heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs, as of a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong. But I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Babylon and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations.
I think that that's why he upped the ante, not only because of the incoming elections, but Trump has basically conceded everything to Netanyahu, and you're not hearing from any adult in the room, as it were. You're not even hearing from the Russians. And
that's interesting.
This is very strange. Now, why is that? What I'm hearing is that Putin would prefer to have Netanyahu win that election, and he's not going to do anything at this juncture to stop him from winning that re-election because of the devil he doesn't know.
Right. Well, I mean, that's often the case, right,
yes,
with elections.
But what can happen in the meantime is that war could break out. We need somebody.
Oh, that, yeah.
By the way. And the fact that the UN hasn't responded basically means the UN is dead for all intents and purposes. Why didn't the Security Council take this up? They do everything else. Anytime the Americans go in, somebody should have raised this. Perhaps somebody on the Security Council.
But it would be pointless anyway. Even if they did, they'd all give their set piece positions. Nothing would be agreed to, and it would be as if they.
Well, it might,
but
it might present a cooling off period. And
well, I mean, would it be a cooling off period all the way through the summer, or you mean just until after the elections?
Until after elections. That's what we're hoping for.
That's the key.
That is the key.
Right?
September 17th. Yep.